Hi, John and Melissa. Thank you so much for talking to us today about cooking on Shalom Mountain.
Hi, Alexis. Great to be here.
Yeah, it's so
Thank
it's
you.
so fun to talk to you. Um, I ask almost everybody that we talk to in these videos if you could just tell me quickly your Shalom story. How'd you get to the mountain?
Uh, I'll jump in first, I guess. I was living at the Omega Institute in 2009, and John Terrell taught a meditation workshop there, and I gave a ride. I gave a ride to somebody to the mountain, and that's how I got there the first time. And I was like, what is this place? I must come back.
That's so cool. I didn't know that. That's great. How about you, John? Were you also at Omega Institute or Kripalu or where were you living at the time?
No, I've found out about Shalom through Melissa. We started dating in 2015, and she had mentioned it a few times, but I had not shown any interest. And then COVID happened, and she mentioned it again that they were going to open up the John and Nance retreat right after COVID, and I said I'm in, and so that's when I started.
That's awesome. That was a big COVID yes.
It was a big COVID, yes, I needed it.
Yeah, absolutely. That's so cool. So now you have decided to take a new role on at the mountain. You're both cooking. So tell me how that happened.
I th for me, John and I just got married recently, and I think Shalom was such a big part in our relationship. We've had a lot of transformation and growth, and also me. I think I had done Art of Loving during COVID, and had just gotten a lot out of it personally from the mountain. And I think um, I was looking for ways to give back. Uh, and I think initially I thought that maybe leadership was like, I think, we have this idea that leadership is like the way to like progress in the Shalom community. Um, and I remember hearing John Baton talk about being a pillar of the community and how it takes so many different people to make the Shalom community. And actually it was seeing um, Carol, who is
Mhm.
a cook on the mountain, and a few of the other cooks who had just been so meaningful to my experience that I wanted to kind of see, and I love to cook too. And so I just kind of wanted to see if that was a possible way that I could give back to the mountain and like this place that had been so meaningful to me.
Yeah, yeah, that's great. That's so you are really touching on um the unique space holding and like really special functioning that the kitchen and of course by kitchen I mean the cooks have during a retreat.
Sorry, John, I want to let you talk, but like I mean just walking in and like seeing Carol sing and just
Mhm.
and Nina, I remember she was the cook, they were the first cook on one of my first retreats, and just the sense of peace and calm that they gave to me. It was so it made such an impact. So, yeah.
That's beautiful. Thank you. And John, how tell me about your journey towards cooking. Is that something during COVID you were like, how do I cook for large amounts of people?
Not really during COVID, but after a few Shalom retreats, Melissa was going through this journey that she just mentioned, and I'm of course witness to that. And
Mhm.
then she went and cooked for the first time and came back and just said how incredibly rewarding and amazing it was, and said, "Would you ever want to cook?" And I thought about it for a little while, and I thought, actually, yeah, I think I would like to try it. I want to see what that other side of the mountain is when I'm in there with the mat work and we're all together. You eat with the cook, the cooks cook and you eat the food, and it's a great experience and you really appreciate it. You tell the cooks how appreciative you are, but I don't know what that was like to actually be in the kitchen cooking the food. So when Melissa mentioned, let's do it, and I just jumped in, and so we did our first together in
I
December.
will say it's so much more work than I had ever imagined. It is intense work. It is
Yeah.
like wake up, work, 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 hit the pillow, wake up early, work, work, work. It is some of the like most work that like condensed work. And I have a pretty high volume job, but like this is just so different, but it's so rewarding. It's like
Yeah.
so intense, but it's so rewarding. It's so fun. And especially to cook with John, it's so fun. But it's
Oh,
fun to cook with anyone. But
yeah,
yeah.
I love that. That's so fun. That's great. I love it. What about so you're both into it, you're both going to do it again, even though it's a ton of work, you keep coming back. So tell me,
Mhm.
what is a moment when you were cooking on the mountain that was really impactful to you?
For this one first. So I've only cooked once with Melissa, and like I mentioned, it was in December. But when you cook, there's usually a lot of dietary restrictions and things you have to take into consideration, which is totally understandable. But there was a person that we cooked for, and we made a very specific meal for them each night. And the reaction that we got, the look on their face, and the appreciation, and just it was deeply emotional for them, and it really resonated with me. I mean, I've always known food can evoke a lot of emotions, but it was so impactful that I was just blown away by what that how that could help a person. And yeah, so that was the biggest surprise for me. And that, like, we keep saying the word rewarding, but that was very rewarding. And then also just to see that how important it was to them. So yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. What about you, Melissa?
I think for me, this has gotten easier, but one of the things that I've had to learn to do is receive. I'm so much more comfortable giving than receiving. And like I said,
Mhm.
even though cooking is a lot of work, I feel like receiving all of the love that the community has to give it's a stretch for me. And it's wonderful. It's wonderful practice. As the cook, you can't show up to all of you can't show up to everyone's stories. You can't show up to all of the mat work. Sometimes I can't see any mat work. And I think sometimes, and just the generosity of the community to like include me in the container, us in the container every time has just been so remarkable and amazing. It's a little overwhelming sometimes actually for me to take in, but I love it. And it's just a testament to like the community that we're a part of, that people are just so ready to love and share and accept. So yeah, that's been really that was a big learning for me. It's still a learning for me for sure.
Yeah,
Hmm.
that's great. It seems like finding a way to provide service also, or just finding another way to what you said, be a pillar in the community, sort of brings its own new perspective at the work.
Yeah, like it really is. Um, it takes so many different people. I think being a cook has given me a greater appreciation for just how important every single person is to the
Mhm.
shalom process, from the person that shows up and it's their very first time to the person that shows up and it's their 20th time, and they're coming in, they're holding space in the process, to the people that lead, to the people that support, to the people that sit in the background and observe and don't dance and make it a safe thing for other people not to dance. I don't know. It's really is it's wonderful to just I truly feel more connected um to each and to the sense to the each individual's impact and
Mhm.
importance in this process that we all share.
Yeah. Oh, I
Mhm.
love that perspective. That's wonderful. Thank you so much. I think we will leave it there because I think that's a beautiful message to end on. So thank you, Melissa and John. And to anybody watching, if you felt interested in trying on what cooking on the mountain might feel like, you are welcome to use the contact info that is located somewhere around this video to send us an email about that. And you can always call our direct line too and tell us about your interest. But
It's
I
so
urge you to
fun.
try it. I think many people should try it at least once.
It's so fun.
It is
It's
pretty fun.
really
It's
fun.
it's unique, right?
Mhm. Yeah,
Absolutely.
wonderful. Thank you, Alexis.
Thank
Thank
you,
you so
John
much,
and
Alexis.
Melissa. Yeah, it
You're
was great to
welcome.
see
I love
you.
you.
I appreciate your time as always.
Mhm.
Thank you.